Hey, what's up viewers, how's it going? So in my last video I asked you guys, what is the craziest thing you've ever seen? And this is what you guys came up with. And today's comment question of the day is, what would you do if you had no electricity for the next 24 hours? Okay, so not too long ago, I was talking about the flooding down in Alberta. And who would have known that I would be talking right now about a flooding in Toronto where I live? I was driving around last night and it was totally insane. The rain just wouldn't stop. And then all of a sudden the power just totally shuts off. I mean, all the street lights, all the traffic lights, totally dark. And it was actually quite dangerous because there's no traffic lights, so what you have to do is you have to treat it as a four-way stop. But not everyone understood that. People were just going full speed right through intersections. There was about 300,000 people in Toronto without power last night, and this includes businesses within the area. A lot of retail stores like Walmart, Best Buy, and Future Shop, their employees, they had to stay at work. And this is just until a security guard was able to come to keep an eye on the store overnight. Because don't forget there's no power, which means there's no cameras, there's no surveillance. If someone wanted to break in the store and steal something, they could have done it last night. The record for the most rainfall ever in Toronto was back in 1954 when a Hurricane Hazel happened. And on that day we got over 121 millimeters of rain. Last night we beat that record. We got 126 millimeters of rain. The water levels became so high that people just got out their boats and flotation devices and just cruised down the roads. The GO train was probably one of the biggest stories last night because there was thousands of people stranded on it. I mean, look at this picture right here. The GO train, it almost becomes a submarine. The tracks were totally floated that rescuers had to get out their lifeboats just to save these people, and it took them over 4 hours. A lot of the highways in Toronto were closed because it was just a giant swimming pool. You couldn't drive through it at all. People had to abandon their cars because they physically couldn't drive through. The best thing to do when a power goes out is not to panic. I really can't say the same thing to her because as soon as the power went out, she knew something was wrong and she was just freaking out and whining. So as soon as the power goes out, the first thing you should do is go around the house, find all the flashlights, batteries, and candles as you can. And make sure you guys aren't using your cell phones for unnecessary uses, just in case you have to make an emergency phone call. And also another thing to try to remember is try to keep your fridge closed as long as possible, because you want to try to keep all the cold air contained inside. If you guys do have to charge anything, don't forget that you guys can use the socket in your car to actually use an adapter to charge your devices like your phone or your iPods. Also, another thing, if you have a laptop, you can also use the USB port inside there to also charge your devices like your phones and your iPods. Anyways guys, that was just a quick video for you guys, and I'm so glad my power is finally back on because I was totally dying without the internet and my phone. I'll see you guys in my next video.